Hey folks, how's it going? I'm Josh.
I'm Taylor.
We're reacting to What My Dear.
Mark Norman stand up.
Yes. It's recommended by a couple people.
Yes.
Gonna hop right into it and let's hope it accepts it since I was on the Tonight Show. So it tends to get blocked. Oh.
Hey, good to be here. Good to be back. I just flew in from the West Coast. Man, I hate flying. You know, they let you pick your seat on a plane. I think I'd rather pick the person I'm sitting next to. You know? I don't really care where I am on the plane. It's like a 6-hour relationship. Make it more like a dating app. You know? Right? Obese Nazi with a service dog? Swipe left. Right? Tiny Asian lady with a surgical mask? That's my gal. Yes, she is not a talker, right? But just like a dating app, she shows up with a baby. I'm like, I got catfished. Yeah. I'm not good with the small talk. You know, two things I can't do: small talk and eye contact. How sad is that, you know? I basically have all the traits of a serial killer, just without the ambition. I'm working on it, though. I'm working on it, you know. People always say to me, Mark, gotta be more confident. Then they say, Mark, gotta be yourself. I'm like, well, you gotta pick one. Yeah. So, you know, I drink, and I went out the other night. I saw a lady get catcalled. She was none too pleased. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I like a strong woman. I want a woman to catcall me. Catcall us, ladies. That'd be hilarious. Yeah. You know, start yelling stuff at us that we don't want to hear. Stuff that would scare a guy. You know, you walk past a group of girls at night. One of them's like, hey, I'll tell you I love you on the first date. You're like, holy hell. That's terrifying. Yeah, get us back, you know. You walk past a girl, she's like, hey, before we have sex, I'm going to poke a hole in the condom. This is a horrible neighborhood. Start the car. It's just tough. There's so many beautiful women in this city. My God, you gals, you know how to look good. You know all these tricks to look hot. That's how women figured out to take the selfie up here. Right? That was all you ladies. You know where your good sight lines are. Right? I think that's why women like tall guys. Just some guy looking at you from your best angle 100% of the time, all day long, right? Yeah. And that's why you don't mess with short guys. Just some guy like, geez, look at the triple chin on this broad. I'm doing okay. I moved in with a lady recently. I got an Alexa. And, yeah. I love this thing, you know. I just read an article, though. It said Alexa actually listens to everything you say, stores it in a database, and could use it against you later. I was like, man, just like a real woman. Yeah. Now I'm nervous around my Alexa. I'm like, hey, Alexa, what's the weather out there? Why don't you ask Siri? Oh, you think I don't know about her, huh? You leave me cooped up in here all day, then right when you leave the house, she's in your pants. I don't know. I was a weird kid. I grew up in the 90s. I was a bedwetter, yeah. Oh, yeah, I wet the bed every day till I was 13 years old. Oh, boy. My mattress looked like an old coffee filter. Yeah. Oh, man, I ruined a lot of sleepovers, folks, yeah. Yeah, you start to run out of excuses after a while. You know, your friend's like, what happened here? I was like, geez, I must have spilled a cup of piss. Yeah. Yeah, they say a lot of bedwetters become serial killers, which I believe, because we learn how to clean up a stain pretty quick. Yeah. That's how embarrassing it is wetting the bed. I'd almost rather be known as a murderer than a bedwetter, you know? Hey, your friend sits on your mattress. Why is it all crinkly? I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, you grow up fast as a bedwetter. You know, you learn life isn't fair pretty young. You know, you're 7 years old, you're at a friend's house, you're covered in urine. You look at your friends, they're sleeping throughout the night, dry, you know? You gotta get up, walk to your friend's dark house. I'm sorry, Mrs. Johnson, I wet the bed. She's like, ugh, I knew you were weird. Now she's setting me up on the couch in the living room. She's like opening up to me in the dark. Tell me all this adult stuff. I don't even get it, you know? She's like, I'm not happy about what's going on in my bedroom. I'm like, hey, you and me both, sister. She's like, you want to get a cup of coffee and a cigarette? I'm like, look, I'll hang, but I probably shouldn't have liquids at this hour. You know? But, you know, I'm doing all right now. I went to therapy today, yeah. I'm a big therapy guy, you know. Why the stigma with therapy? Why? Everybody likes working out. You know, physical therapy. What's wrong with mental therapy? You know, everybody's like, well, the gym makes me feel sexy. Well, you know what else is sexy? Not being a walking red flag. Get some help. Nobody cares about your abs if you're the guy having a meltdown at Red Lobster. I think people they like the gym because there's like a culture behind it. You know, like gym rats. They have T-shirts that say beast mode and better sore than sorry. Therapy people, we need T-shirts. We need a shirt that says no dad, no problem. Right? Yeah. Right. Yeah, like can't stop, won't stop crying. Ah. Thanks a lot. I'm Kevin Hart.
He said I'm Kevin Hart.
Home run, buddy.
Oh
Mark Norman for tour days. Go to marknormancomedy.com.
no. That was great. He was funny. It was actually really funny, man.
He
That
was
was great.
like so awkward.
Yeah, he's
It
like
was
weird. He's like a
funny.
weird guy. He seems like a little off, but it's great. I like it.
Funny, yeah.
No,
I've never
no.
heard of him before.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I think I heard one of his skits once when I was I don't remember where,
Yeah.
but his voice sounds familiar.
Yeah.
He has a familiar voice. Yeah, but he's funny, man. That was great.
Yeah,
that was
he is
hilarious.
really
I enjoyed that. He's kind of freaking goofy.
Yeah.
I had
It
a
was
friend
just like
that,
a weird, awkward. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, I'm gonna say I had a friend that wet the bed.
Yeah. That's awkward. You had to sleep over.
Yeah.
So.
I remember we had this really huge sleepover, and the girls, like, we were planning, the girls had to sleep in one room, and we all had to sleep in another room, all right? And one of the girls slept in my house, I cannot remember her name, she was a really, really deep sleeper, all right? So, the boys were messing with the girls. My mom said, make sure y'all do not go inside the separate rooms, yada, 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 just blah, blah, go to bed, and then we'll have, like, a big breakfast in the morning. I remember this. And I remember Jarvis went inside the freezer, and he took, like, french fries, like crinkle fries. And he went into the girls' room, and we just let him do it because it was funny. And he just was like sticking french fries like the girls' noses and stuff. And you know how like it has like a frost over it or whatever?
Yeah.
He's trying to get it to stick a little bit. But he was like doing it, just sticking it and going down and sticking in girls' noses. And that thing, and none of them were fucking waking up. Made no freaking sense. And and nobody's waking up. So then this other girl, he took a french fry and stuck it inside her butt. Like
So weird.
oh
Your
my
brother's
God.
a goofball.
She woke up, she started like screaming, and all the other girls started screaming, and Jarvis just took off running out of the room. Oh shit! And
Oh
it's
my
funny because
God.
I wonder if Tyler remembers this because Tyler's sisters were there too. It was Anna, Tabitha, Tyler, the kid around the corner from us who never gave back my fucking Sonic and Knuckles. I forgot his name too. I remember because I went to try to get the, but that's just the kid with wet the bed. That was the whole point of the story. Wet the bed there. But not the kid Jeremy. That was his fucking name. This little piece of shit. This piece of shit. So we traded games, and he gave me this terrible game. It was like called Ultimate Fighter or something. I can't remember what it was. It was this fighting game you could not beat. It was super hard and annoying. So I went back to his house to get my Sonic and Knuckles back because I hadn't beat it yet. He's about how great this game was, and I'm fucking like knocking on his door to get my freaking game back. This kid cracks the curtain. And cracked it enough to clearly see half his whole his fucking face. Right? I'm like, Jeremy, open the door, and he's closed the curtains back up and ignores me while I'm knocking on the door. I got so pissed off, and I went back home and I was like, I'm never letting anybody else borrow my game again. Never again, never again. And like 2 days later, he brought it back. Like, dude, why do you not answer the door and let me in? Because I wanted to play Sonic and Knuckles. And I was like, this game you gave me sucks. He said, well, my mom's not going to have no company, so I couldn't open the door. I'm like, you could have opened the door and we just slid the games back to each other. He was full of shit. Well, my mom told us one time we could have any company before, too. I mean, he knocked on the door, and me, being a good friend, actually opened the door and said, hey, dude, my mom said we can't have any company because we're on punishment. And he was like, she won't know. I'm like, yes, she will. Like, dude, you got to leave because she come home and see me with this door open, she's going to kill me. This motherfucker, when I tried to close the door, stuck his foot in the door and forced his way into our house. And then forced his way into, I'm like, Jeremy, get out. Jeremy, get out. Tyler remembers this fucking guy. I remember he was so fucking annoying.
Wow.
Like, Jeremy, get out. He was always sweaty. I'm trying to push him out of the door as hard as I can. He would not leave, and he bumped into like this because Jarvis was blowing bubbles, and he didn't put the cap back on the bubbles. He bumped the bubbles and knocked it, spilled all on my mom's carpet. It was one of those big old things of fucking bubbles too.
No.
I'm like, Jeremy. He goes, shit, and just runs out my house and takes off running down the street and leaves me to
What
clean
a
it up.
jerk.
And leaves me to clean it up. My mom came home and said, what the fuck happened to my carpet? And I'm like, just Just give me a whooping.
You didn't even try to explain
I didn't try to
it.
explain it like it was me. Just give me a whooping. Then she's like, "No, you gonna clean it up and fix this carpet. That's gonna be your punishment. And until the carpet looks like it looked before, you ain't going nowhere." So it didn't stain it or nothing, but it made it look all kinky, like nappy hair. It looked really,
It's
really
hard to-
weird
yeah,
because it was
get the
soapy.
texture
So I had to
back.
keep on taking a rag of water, rubbing it on it, squeezing the soap out over and over because bubble water is super soapy. Over and over and over again. That took me hours to finally get it right. I hated Jeremy every fucking second. That piece of shit. And I wasn't friends with him for a long time. The story's gonna keep on going because one more incident happened that finally destroyed the friendship 100%. And this one I was fucking like 8, okay? So I remember this. It's burned in my skull. I finally decided to talk to him again. And the only reason I decided to talk to him again was because I heard he got Sega TV. Okay? Word got around that Jeremy had Sega TV. If you guys remember Sega TV back in the day, that was the ultimate thing because you can actually the Sega channel, you can actually play a bunch of games you want on Sega channel streaming directly to your TV and you control it with your controller. It was like revolutionary during that time, like in the 90s. So heard he got it. It was bullshit. And we had to sell candy. All right, we had to pick partners. And don't feel sorry for me, but nobody picked me as a partner.
Oh.
And nobody picked Jeremy. Don't say all. Nobody picked Jeremy, so we're forced to be partners. All right? So we decided like this after the Sega TV thing, that was a lie. Me and him started talking again anyway a little bit, so like whatever, it is what it is. So I'm like talking to him, we're talking about video games, all that kind of stuff. And I get to the first house to sell candy. All right, that's when you can actually knock on doors, try to sell candy, but you don't have the candy right away. You just have a little thing where you check off, put the person's name, they get the candy when it comes in, like fucking forever later. All right, so people are giving you money right now. Fucking kids walking around with pockets full of money. So I go to the thing and we go to the door. I knock on the first guest. Jeremy's with me, and we're supposed to take opposite sides of the streets, but Jeremy won't go on his own side. So I knock on the door. We get to about maybe 6 people, and nobody says anything. We get to another door, like 7th person, and that person decided, yes, I'll buy some candy. I'm like, awesome. I did the whole sales pitch, all that kind of stuff. Super excited. And then I go into my backpack to get like the form and stuff like that because I have pencils, forms, all that kind of jazz. And I go into the thing. While I'm turned around, Jeremy pulls out his fucking form and gives it to the lady. He gives it to her. She fills out his.
Aww.
I'm like, that was my sale, dude. He was like, we're partners. I'm like, yeah, the partner thing is make sure we don't get raped or molested. It's not for us to share sales. So we get to the next house. The person buys. I'm like, dude, do not try to take my sale again. And me and him get into arguments. So the person changed their mind and closed the door. This time I just take off running down the street as fast as I can to get ahead of him. And got into another house and just skipped and knocked on the door. And tried to talk to that person. The person was willing to buy candy. And Jeremy just screams, don't buy candy from him. He's a mean asshole. I'm like, what the fuck? The person still bought the candy for me because it's a fucking kid just screaming.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to avoid Jeremy the whole time. And he just followed me like a little piece of shit he is, trying to steal my sales. That was one of the worst days. And the crazy thing is, whoever sold the most will win like a bike. All right? And then there was like different prizes. There was no way I was going to win the first prize. This girl, mom was like a nurse or something. She worked at a hospital. So all her friends bought candy from her. My mom didn't do that kind of stuff. She felt that you need to do things yourself. That's what the whole thing's for, and our parents not to get involved. And if I would have sold another $30 worth of candy, which that's what that sale was like $45 something. The lady bought a lot. I would have got like the second place, which was like this art kit and like all this kind of stuff.
Aww.
And some other kid got it. Jeremy didn't win it, so that's good. But some other kid got it, and I was just shy of it. And I wanted to choke him to death. That's the whole story. It's a very long story. And I segue from a lot of stuff, but I think you guys needed to know that. Because kids are assholes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They can be.
I have a lot of kids. I got a lot of stories like that, but I'm not going to tell.
He tells me crazy stories.
That one went into a tangent, but if you stuck through the whole thing, please hit like, please subscribe, comment below, let me know if you listened to the entire story, and if you would have choked that kid too. And if you remember Sega TV, or the Sega channel, I can't remember what the name was for. If you remember that, let me know. And if you remember Sonic and Knuckles with the cartridge, you put a cartridge on top of the cartridge. Yes, nostalgia. Anything else, sweetie?
No.
All right, folks. That's all for that one. I'll see you in the next one later.
Bye.